Hello, my name's Mike, M0MSN. One of the things that the COVID-19 uh, lockdown has given us is time to play radio and to play with our antennae. So today I have done a modification to the DX Commander and I thought I'd share it with you. So what I'm trying to do is put an inverted V for 80 meters. And if you do that, it pulls the aerial over to the direction of the inverted V. So I thought, why not turn the 40 meter, which normally goes up over the top of the antennae and back down again, into a 40 inverted V. So I removed the folded over section on the top of the antennae, and also the very last three sections of the DX Commander poke, as they are pretty much used just to support the 40 meter element. I then decided to put the elements out as a inverted V, and added the 80 meter element to where the 30 meter element normally goes. On the opposite side of the DX Commander. The benefit here is that because they're opposite sides of the pole, as they are both pulled out, they actually keep the top of the pole from bending and also support it in high winds, meaning that there's less chance of it actually breaking or splintering. By taking the top three sections out of the DX Commander, you actually reduce the height of it down to around about the 7 meter point. This is where the fisheye or the double eye part of the support is, and this is a good marker. You can use this actually to support the L's. I decided not to do that. I decided to use a cable clamp, a bolt down cable clamp, as you'll see now. This adaptation, if you like, allows the antenna a little bit of movement. And with the addition of a little bit of paracord to hold the L's, it all seemed to come into play quite nicely. Just checking the DX Commander now before I erect it. There's a 20 meter element there as well, which has been attached directly to the side of the pole through the second spacer, I think it is. Anyway, I taped all the joints instead of using Jubilee clips because this is a fairly permanent erection, and made sure that all of the spaces were quite firm, so they wouldn't turn in the wind. I also decided that I wanted to do away with the guide ropes, so I used the center of the DX Commander as a channel, if you like, for the support which I've created, which is this fiberglass pole, which you can get from DIY stores. This particular one was I found on a skip. It was surplus to requirements at my place of work. It had been cut incorrectly and therefore was thrown away, so I retrieved it, and I've cemented that into the ground. It acts as a center hold for the DX Commander and does a rather good job actually. Just a final check just to make sure that the top of the antenna cables are not twisted around each other before lifting it onto the support. The support, by the way, can come out of the ground. It's cemented in, but it will pull out for when you want to put everything away. Not that I've had to do so, because of the concrete base I created. The lawnmower quite happily goes round it, but I'll show you that in a moment. I created this concrete stand, which you can find in an earlier video, and in addition I've also put in some RG213 in some edible conduit and buried that, freshly done, as you can see, because there's still the scarring in the lawn. That goes round across the lawn, pops out just before the patio, and is then buried under the patio. Is then passed by a very important RF Buddha choke, which takes all the nastiness out, up and then through the wall into the Radio Shack. The other modification I've had to make is to replace the SO239 with a Chasse mount one. This was because the coax connector was too deep and wouldn't tighten on the older version. This has been solved. The grease you see on top is actually Vaseline, which is fabulous for waterproofing, and obviously amalgamation tape around the joint. I've used DX50 for all the elements, and it's been fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Anyway, in proofing the pudding, 14.205 megahertz. SWR is pretty much 1:1. That's the 20 meter band. On the 40 meter band, slightly over midway point obviously, is the same. It's actually 1:1 as well, and the same can be said with the 80 meter band. This is also a 1:1 SWR or thereabouts. Very impressed, very happy with the results. So yeah, good modification. Thanks for watching.